ghosts and ghouls.
Don't you mean morning?
Oh. Good morning, ghosts and ghouls. I am Count Kyle.
What are you doing?
I'm still dressed up from last night for the Halloween Horror Fest. Remember, I was Dracula and you were supposed to be Frankenstein?
Is that a crack at my height?
No, not at all.
I hate you.
You're a silly, silly man. You're supposed to be dressed up. Why aren't you dressed up?
Because it's the morning.
Oh, well. Alright, we're going to be making a spooktacular breakfast next on A Night in the Kitchen. Welcome back to the kitchen here at Gannon University in Erie, Pennsylvania. Alright, today we're going to be making a spooktacular breakfast, Q. That's what we're doing.
Oh yes, we got some great breakfast dishes for you. I'm going to start off with some toad in the hole.
What, toad in the hole?
Toad in the hole. It's a nice little egg dish. You know, put in some bread. We'll get to learn about that a little bit later.
Alright, then we're going to do some zombie pancakes. Ooh, Night of the Living Pancake. And then we'll have the mummy sausages and wrap everything up with
some blood orange juice.
Wait a minute, what did you say?
Blood.
Blood? So the reason we're doing this is because last night Q and I had a bunch of friends over and we had a horror film fest and we stayed up all night long and most of our friends are still here and they're kind of grumpy and hungry, so we figured we'd make them a spooky breakfast to go along with it. And you know, horror films, I love horror films. And the first big star, Q, you actually know about the first horror film ever.
They actually got their start a long time ago in the late 1890s, most notably with Georges Méliès's Les Manoirs du Diable.
I couldn't say that either, don't worry. It actually stands for House of the Devil. So, ooh, spooky.
Not a very nice house.
And then Hollywood jumped into all the action in about the 20s with Lon Chaney. He played in films during the 1920s. And then in the 30s, you have Boris Karloff, who starred as Dracula and Frankenstein.
Those are, you know, pretty big Cold War movies.
Oh yeah, they're scary.
Oh yes. And then we moved all the way to the 70s, starting off with George Romero's Dawn of the Dead.
Ooh, yeah.
It was only a budget of $114,000, ended up breaking in, you know, about $12 million.
Only $12 million.
You know, it's okay.
And, you know, fun fact, do you know where it was filmed?
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah, which is not too far from where we are right now. And they called it a culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant film of the time. I mean, it really changed the whole horror film persona.
Oh, yes. I mean, also brought in zombies. I love zombies. I love zombies.
And, you know, and that's where the whole slow-moving zombies were introduced. And it wasn't until recently that the fast-moving zombies that we see today were actually introduced.
Pretty much 28 days later, because originally zombie comes from the word somnambulist, which means sleepwalker. But now there's a bit of a rage virus going on, so they're running a bit. It's kind of scary, just a little bit.
Everybody's getting sick. What's going on?
I know.
It's like the bird flu. Oh.
SARS.
Some of my other favorite horror films, I mean, you gotta talk about Halloween. I mean, Michael Myers. I mean, come on. He is the king of horror. And he was definitely, you know, he wore the mask and walked around with a knife and everything. I mean, that was pretty scary.
Oh, yes, and then you got, you know, got your Freddy Krueger in there. Don't sleep too much, because you'll die.
Now, we don't need to be scaring all the kids at home that are watching this right now.
Just a little.
Okay, maybe just a little. You know, and then you get into some of the more popular ones of today. There's the Saw movies, of course. I mean, that really changed horror films again with the whole action of the things that happen in the Saw films, and I'm just not going to go into detail about that.
That was a great description.
I know, but I don't want to talk about chainsaws ripping off people's... Anyhow, yeah. So those are some of the current films, and, you know, a lot of movie makers are remaking some of the older ones. You know, Rob Zombie recently redid Halloween, and there's a lot of exciting films that are being made to this day still.
Oh, yes. And even gone into the comedic aspect, Shaun of the Dead, Fido, you know, zombies became pets. What would happen, Fido?
Yeah, and then, of course, Zombieland.
Oh, Bill Murray.
Yeah, that was a huge film, and you know, when it came out, because not only was it scary, but it was funny at the same time.
Who doesn't love that?
I know, it's good stuff. But you know which the best Halloween film of all?
What?
Charlie Brown's Great Pumpkin.
That was pretty big.
That was, you know, that was huge. And just like Charlie Brown, Jess and Beth went out to see if they could find their own Great Pumpkin at a local pumpkin farm.
Hi, I'm Jess Charlton and we're here at Mason Farms. Today we're going to talk to someone to see what some fun things you can do around here for the holidays here in Erie, PA.
Mason Farms is a family-run business. We've been doing it for about 25-30 years now, and we have a lot of fun doing it. It started in 1980 with my parents, and we're second generation, or maybe third generation by now. My grandparents were actually in the business and have been since probably the 40s. So we've done various things throughout the years, but right now we're pretty much a retail wholesale business of fresh fruits and vegetables. Well, we sell A to Z as far as fresh produce goes. We have a large snack area, and pretty much anything that's in season. We are a full-fledged garden center. In the spring, we have all the fresh produce from our farm in the summertime. In fall, we do a big Halloween event for all the kids in Erie. And then at Christmas time, we have a large Christmas shop and sell a lot of real trees. The Halloween event started in 1985. It started small like everything and has grown. Now we're up to, I think, 8 rides that kids can go on. We have a haunted house that's a blow-up for the kids to run through. We have a full haunted house that's not too scary for the little kids. We have a small cornstalk maze set up and all kinds of goodies. Your fall concession stand, you know, stocked with caramel and candy apples, pumpkins, pumpkin cookies, pumpkin everything, really. Anything from apple cider donuts to pumpkin ice cream. You know, it's all dependent on what you're going to... You should really have an idea what you're going to do with the pumpkin before you even pick it out, because a lot of times the perfect round pumpkin isn't what a lot of people are looking for. Sometimes they're looking for a tall one. They might be doing a skull face or something like that. So you kind of be a little artistic and kind of, you know, pre-plan what you want to do with your pumpkin, and then from there you pick your shape. And that's one thing you learn working like at Mason Farms, because we do all our cartoon characters out of pumpkins and stuff like that. You always got to look for that pumpkin that has the correct shape for that character, so it actually looks like that character when you get done, because we're not Disney artists, so we got to have it looking a little bit like it.
Well, thanks Mason Farms for having us out today. I had a really fun time today. Kyle and Q, back to you in the kitchen.
Welcome back to a night in the kitchen here at Gannon University in Erie, Pennsylvania, where we are getting set to make our spooktacular breakfast.
Oh, yes.
And it's going to be delicious. So Q, what are some of the things that we need?
Well, first off, starting with the toad in the hole, we're going to need some bread.
Some bread.
Get some bread.
Alrighty.
Nice. Get some bacon, of course, as Paula Dean would love. Have to get some butter.
Some butter?
Some butter. This butter makes it better.
Yes, it does. It always
Yes, it
makes
does.
it better. Alright, red butter?
Gotta get some eggs.
Oh, yeah. You can't have breakfast without eggs.
What came first, breakfast or the egg?
I don't know. You tell me. I thought it was the chicken. What's next?
We're also, for the zombie pancakes, we need some pancake mix.
Pancake mix.
How can you make pancakes without pancake mix? That'd be horrible.
And we got the... It was that ghost again. I'm telling you, we have this haunted kitchen and they're just knocking stuff down. But we got the infamous Bisquick. Simple way to make some pancakes, so
yes.
That'll be delicious.
You know what? I'm going to top some of that off. After that cooks, we need some syrup.
Some syrup? Okay. And today we are going with...
Got a little bit something special.
We have a raspberry syrup. So it kind of looks like brains for the zombie pancakes. Ooh!
All
You're
right.
just not having any fun with this at all. Alright, what are some of the other things that we need?
Of course, we're going to need our oranges.
The oranges,
For
of
our
course.
blood oranges.
You know, I could have done the evil laugh there, but I chose not to.
Because I make fun of you?
Mostly. Alright, so we got the blood oranges, we got the eggs, the butter, the syrup, the Bisquick, the bread.
We need some meat.
Some
Time
meat.
for some sausage.
Sausage links.
Everyone loves sausage.
we gotta make
except for
mommy
vegetarians.
sausage.
I'm sorry. You have to get the sausage.
Gotta get the Jimmy Dean.
Oh. And of course, crescent rolls.
Crescent rolls are stuck in the cave.
How are the sausages going to look like mummies?
I know.
If we don't have, you know, things that make them look like mummies. And they're just going to look, they're going to be naked.
Yes, they'll be naked sausages, and we don't want that. So we have the bread, we have the butter, the eggs, the pancake mix, the sausage. Did I get everything?
I think so.
I think so. I know some form or another. I think I said all of them. So to cook this spectacular breakfast, we're going to need a couple utensils. Not too many things, though.
No, nothing too horrible. It's breakfast.
Right.
I don't want to start the day off busy.
And you don't want all those dishes either. So we're definitely going to need a frying pan. You're going to need that for the toad in the hole. And then I'm going to use a griddle for the pancakes. Ooh, you're fancy. Yes, I try. We also, we're getting a little fancy with the whole spooktacular theme. So we have a couple cookie cutters that we're going to cut the bread into.
Oh yes, make it look a little fancy for all you people at home.
You'll need a knife to cut the crescent rolls to make the mummy sausages. You'll also need the juicer.
Yes.
What are some other things?
Gonna need baking sheet for the mummy sausages because you're not just gonna put them on the oven rack. We'll just fall through. That'd be horrible. We're gonna need some foil and some spatulas.
Oh.
Because we don't want to lift up eggs off of the frying pan with our hands.
And I don't want to try and flip the pancake with my hand. I'm not sure how that would work. It would be a true zombie pancake then.
It would be.
Because half of my hand would be on the
There'd actually be real blood on the pancakes.
Yeah, that wouldn't be delicious at all. Alright, Q, I'm pretty sure we have everything that we need. And one essential thing for the whole fall season are pumpkins.
Yes.
Or gourds.
You need pumpkins.
Or squashes. And Abby and Aaron actually took a little trip and they learned more about those three things that you need for the fall.
For A Night in the Kitchen, I'm Erin Bogda, and today we're at Tobin's Pumpkin Farm in Cambridge Springs, Pennsylvania to learn all of the secrets behind your favorite fall foods.
We've been here a long time. We started strawberries in '63, and then like '65 or '67 we started vegetables. Just what extra vegetables I had, we would sell. Well, we plant in the spring, in May and June, first part of June, and then we plant every 2 weeks for the rest of the vegetables. So we have vegetables all year. But we plant the squash in usually the first part of June, and the gourds are all planted at the same time, like the first week of June. These are wing gourds, and there's crown of thorns. This is crown of thorns, they call them, and they're all different colors. You can dry them and paint them and save them year after year, but squash you have to eat. A lot of people buy butternut. That's a little more moist, and you can use them for pumpkin pie too. Just cut it in half and scoop out the seeds and put them face down on a plate, or whatever you want to put it on, and then for about 10 minutes in the microwave. It works good.
For A Night in the Kitchen, I'm Erin, and today I say fall in love with the flavors of the season. Back to you, Kyle and Q.